let's draw a frog. I thought today it would be fun. Here, I'm going to show you my face so you can see who's talking. I thought today it might be fun to draw a picture of a frog because we're learning a little bit about life cycles in the next little while, and a frog has a really interesting life cycle. So I thought it would be fun to learn how to draw one today, and then if you're drawing about a life cycle, you will know how to draw a frog. So I've got my materials. I've got a Sharpie, and then I've got my markers for later, but I'm not going to use those just yet. I'm just going to draw with a Sharpie, and I invite you to draw along with me. So let's get started. To start our frog, we are going to start with, sorry, I'm just looking here, with 2 eyes. So I'm going to draw 1 eye on this side and 1 eye on this side, a little bit apart, but not super far apart. And then inside the eyes, I'm going to draw the pupils, the parts that see. So here's 1 pupil. My frog is going to be looking over here at the markers. So his eyes are going to go in this direction. So there we've got his eyes. Now I want you to imagine an oval. So we're going to draw his head. It's going to come from the side of 1 eye around to the other side. And don't go through the eye, but pretend that the line does, and then continue it when you get to the other side. And now we're going to add a big smile because my frog's going to be happy. A big smile. Now let's add his front legs. So coming down from the head, not touching here, a little bit of space left right here. We're going to draw his front arm. So we're going to come down like this, and again like this, a little bit beside it. Leave a space for his second arm, or leg. I guess frogs have legs, not arms, but the front legs. And now we're going to draw a stretched out M. So this is going to be the webbed part of his feet. So we're going to go up, down, and then I'm going to connect this side of his leg to that side of his foot, and this side of his leg to that side of his foot. And we're going to do that again over here. So up, down, and connect, and connect. And now we've got 2 front legs. Now we're going to draw the body. So again, I want you to imagine an oval. The oval is going to disappear behind his head and behind his legs. So we'll start over here on the side. And we'll come around, lift your pen when you get to the leg, pretend the line continues, and then when you run out of leg, you make the line continue, and around, and stop. Now we've got his body. Now the last thing to add is his back legs. So if you can imagine the number 2, we're going to draw a 2 just here on the side of his leg. Do you remember our poem for 2? For number 2, go right around, then make a line across the ground. So we're going to do it. For number 2, go right around, then make a line across the ground. Now, let's do that backwards over here. So we're going to draw backwards 2. Normally I say, make sure you don't draw your numbers backwards, but today, backwards 2. For number 2, go right around, then make a line across the ground. Now we're going to put the webbed feet on the back legs. So we're going to do some ziggy zaggies. This was up, down, now we're going to go up, down, and we're going to connect it to the side. On the other side. Up, down, and connect it to the side. And now, just to make it look like his back legs have a bend in them, we're going to draw a line just kind of in the middle here, from his body into the middle, and that makes it look like his leg is bending. And it's a tiny bit curved, but a straight line would work too. And again on this side. There we go. Now our frog picture is finished. Well, the drawing is finished. Now we need to make him look green like a frog. I guess, though, you could draw your frog any color that you like because In real life, in nature, frogs can be all different colors. There's even blue frogs. And some frogs that have bright green skin and red parts to them. It would be interesting to look on the internet and see what kinds of frogs you can see. Or use your imagination and color your frog whatever color your thoughts think of. Here, I'm just going around the outside edge first. This is how I like to color with markers. I like to go around the outside edge, and then I take broad strokes, which means wide lines, and I fill in the spaces. Do you know that how you hold your marker gives you different lines? If you touch it with the tip, like you have your marker straight up and down, you get a very thin line. If you hold your marker on its side and press wide, you can get a really wide line. So I'm trying to use the wide lines to fill in all this space. So I'm going to go around the edges first so that my colors stay where I want them to stay. I'm just going to do the edges of the toes because they're really delicate and thin. So get all these areas filled in, and then I can use my widest part of my marker to fill in the big spot. Just like that. And I try to make the lines just touch so that I don't have any white showing, but if I do get white showing, I just go back over top again. And that's how I fill in large spaces quickly and smoothly. There we go. And now I'm just going to do his legs. Fill in those legs. Let's see what's going on over here. Yep, got it. And I have to use the tip to get into the tippy tips of the toes because it's a much smaller part of my marker, so I can get into those tiny spots. Now, big wide side to get the big wide part around the edges. And then the toes. Now, something that I was just thinking about, I think I like to give my frog a few little spots, because sometimes frogs have spots. So I took a bit of a darker green. Whoops. You can see the difference here. This is the body color, and this is the color I'm using for the dots. So it's just a little bit darker. And I could just do some spots around. Maybe this one will be up here. And have some spots to show that he's got some texture on his back. Now, this is another thing you can do if you want to. I think I want to give my frog some eyelids. So I'm going to go like this and like this, and I'm going to color the eyelids in like he can blink. I don't know. Can frogs blink? That's a good thing to find out, isn't it? And there we go. There's my frog. Maybe we should finish it off by spelling the word frog. Let's try to do it together. Let's make the sound at the beginning of frog. Yeah, that's an F. There's a lowercase f. Fur. Oh, I'm going to move this down so you can see it too. Fur, R says fur, frog, g. That's the last sound your mouth makes. Frog, g. Yep, that's a G. You got it. There we go. I hope you had fun drawing your frog. I can't wait to see them. See you next time.